Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for this fifth round of the historic Porsche Cup here on Race Apartment. Today we're racing at the Porsche test track at Leipzig. So its ready cars have been developed. It's a very technical track here. It's got a lot of corners, so we'll show the track on the track map here, and after that we'll have the driver introduction of Simoncic, who is currently way up in the championship. I think he's second in the championship, and he's been a main competitor of McGregor in the last couple of rounds.
And here it is, the Leipzig Porsche test track. It's the scene of round 5 of the historic Porsche Cup in Leipzig, Germany, of course. Track length is 3.7 kilometers. The number of turns is 15 here, and I believe the top speed is meant to be about 220k, not quite 239. As you can see, it's quite a flowing, fast track. As you can see, and it's going to be interesting there at the back end of the track, around that. I believe it's turn 11, sorry, 11, 12 there in that. After the sweeping turn 10, how the drivers will handle that, because that will be braking while turning, which in these older cars will be something else, I must say. But it definitely is a very different track, one that a lot of people haven't driven around. As you can see, Sector 1, finishing there just down that back straight, Sector 2 after the chicane, and then Sector 3 of course going to the line. Taking opportunities well into the first sort of complex areas, one into the hairpin there after the back straight, and then the hairpin after that. Another two overtaking opportunities, and you've got the chicane, and there are your main overtaking opportunities. Driver profile for today is Jonik Simoncic. He is a Slovenian nationality, been sim racing since 2007, and his first sim racing game was IndyCar Racing 2. Started playing that around 1997 when he was 4 years old, so started very early. He got F1 Challenge in 2005, played it with the joystick. His first official sim racing starts, really with the wheel in 2007, where he raced in small leagues for 5 years. Brought to FSR by a friend in 2012, and despite some top 5s in the WC, he got a little tired of open wheelers. He discovered the historic X and quickly really grew quite fond of the cars in the mod, and eventually got into this series that we are here in the historic Porsche Cup. And he thinks for this year he will probably take part in one more FSR season and do occasional RD club racing. He races with his DF GT since 2009. As now we look at the championship standings after 4 rounds of the historic Porsche Cup. Ross McGregor, of course, still leading the championship, has led pretty much from start to finish, and has really been a dominating force this season, and has continued to show that pretty much all season long, which is going to be hard to beat. But Gostovsky has been very consistent, and that's why he's in second place there, doing very well. And then Simoncic, our profile man for this round, in third, and very good result for him so far, considering he hasn't attended every round. Stig Bidstrup is in 4th, and again he has pretty much attended, I think he's attended every round and race so far this season, and that just shows in his points here. Silver is in 5th, and then you got Betty 6th, Ross 7th, Stanjak 8th, Smith 9th, and Anderson is 10th. And that rounds out your top 10 season so far. And there are a few other guys outside the top 10 there who could be factors, but we'll have to see if they can possibly move up throughout the season.
So good evening, everyone. Unfortunately today it seems like Thomas has missed his alarm clock, and it will only be me commentating. It's Yuri. So he's living in Australia, and he has got to do this in the early morning, and it seems like for the second time now he's missed the alarm clock, and it's not a great timing for me because I haven't been feeling well, but I'm better now today, and I think we'll get through it. So I've got over 3 minutes left in this practice session before we go to qualifying on this very technical track. It's going to be hard to pass in this track as well, is what I've heard from some drivers, and it's just going to be overall hard to finish, and most positions will be picked up by other people making mistakes, is what we predict, and not by great passing opportunities. So it's going to be crucial to have a good qualifying and get good out of the gate in this race. And of course, we've seen Simoncic, if he's on the front row, he's been getting to that first corner first a lot. Long, and he's missed one win so far, and that's where he was crashed out in the first corner. So in every race he hasn't had bad luck. He's really been dominating the field, and it's going to be exciting to see if he can do this again today. Currently, he's set on top again on the practice session. He's almost 8 tenths in front of Jarek Kostowski in second place, and his main rival in the last couple of races, Simoncic, is only in 12th position now. So we'll see if it's maybe just the lack of practice he's got, or if it's maybe just sandbagging and not really doing too many laps so far in this practice session. So we don't know about that yet. The times of Kostowski seem really close now this race compared to some other races we've seen, and we know he's really consistent, so he might have something to say to McGregor for this race. He hasn't quite had the pace in the last couple of races, but he's looking good so far if that lap from McGregor is not being sandbagging and so not being optimal, so he can go faster than the lap so far. So he's got a 1:43.1 and Kostowski there with 1:43.9, and then it's Paolo Bremi with a 1:44.1. So the top three is in about 1 second, and after that there's a gap of about 5 tenths of a second to stick pit strip. Then as well we've got a guest driver for this race. It's Ole Marius Milvold. I think he's from the rally club here on RD, and we've already seen him drifting a lot in practice sessions, and he's even posted a video on the forums of him drifting almost the whole track. So he's got quite a bit of car control, and it's going to be exciting to see if he can translate that into some good pace. He's placed 9th now currently. Going through the field like that, we've only got 20 seconds left until the qualifying starts, so until everyone gets out and we can get to see the real pace that everyone's got. Because of course nobody has to do the fastest lap in practice, but it's going to be very, very important for this race to get a good qualifying position, to get out there, and it's not easy to pass. So if you've got track position, it's going to be very, very hard to lose many positions. So qualifying about to start now. Maybe interesting to say as well is that the top 12 now is within 3 seconds, and we've seen that being way further apart in some earlier rounds here in this championship. We've seen the first couple of people, like the top 5, being 3 seconds apart, so it might be a close race as well. And saying that, my R-Factor crashed. So that's no good. I'll try to rejoin now, but I can't see anything that's happening now. I'm sorry for that. The R-Factor just crashed and I can't see what's going on now, but it's loading already, so it should be fine soon. There we go. Looks like qualifying has started already and people are out on track. So we're on board with Ross McGregor now. He's blind second behind Simoncic, the two main competitors for the win, at least for the last couple of rounds. So they should have a clean track to do these qualifying runs, and let's see if they've got some good competitive times to show. As I've said, we've seen Simoncic get some great jumps off the start, so it might not be very important for him to get the pole position. If he's still in the front row, he can still get to the first corner first. Then for McGregor, it's going to be key to be on his first position, trying to hold that first place. And maybe we can see Kostowski coming up there as well. He shows some good pace in the practice session. He's got a bit of a gap now to Simoncic, so he's got clean air in front of him, so he can do what he does best and put in some great lap times like we've seen him do that countless times before. Ooh, he's going too deep. Oh no, looked like he was going too deep into that corner, but he held it. He was having a bit of oversteer into the corner, but he corrected it nice and didn't really look like he lost too much time. Same here, it's looking fast so far, going out of turn 7. They're coming up to the chicane now. He's got a nice line, of course. Again, just like last week, this track is easy to cut on with wide curbs, so they'll have to keep at least 2 tires within the white line at all times. It's gonna be viable, especially here, because the curbs are so tempted to just cut a bit on to go straighter into the corner, but it's not allowed to go with more than 2 tires over that white line that marks the racetrack. Simoncic is with a 1:44.0 and McGregor with a 1:42.8, so that's 3/10 faster already than what he showed in practice. Great stuff there. And there's Kostowski again, jumping up to second place with a 43.7. So it shows that he's got good pace for this technical track here we've got this week. It's a Porsche test track, not a track you see many times in lots of sims, but looks like a very interesting track. It's got almost everything, and of course in these cars it's hard. They've got lots of roll in them, and the tires aren't grippy. We've seen lots of engines blow already, so a challenging track, this one, with a challenging car. It's going to be the same next week. We're going to be visiting Bathurst next week for the last round of the championship. Of course, next week will be the endurance race again. It will be not 2 but 1 race and then a longer one. Today we've got 2 races with 2 separate qualifying sessions, which this is the first one of them. With so far McGregor leading, Kostowski second and Simoncic third. Now Simoncic has got a personal best with 1:43.3. He's 5/10 behind McGregor, jumping into second spot now. Doesn't look like McGregor improved this time, and doesn't look like Kostowski improved it either. Now in 5th place, Yves Larose jumping up, so he jumped to 5th position with a 1:45.0. And so far at least we've seen that gap grow again. It's only the top 8 now within 3 seconds of the leader, showing the great pace that McGregor has shown all season long, and it's not an exception on this track. Look who we have there!
Hello, everybody.
Seems like Thomas woke up from his sleep.
Yes, no, just terribly sorry everybody. Just been a bit busy couple of days. So yeah, terribly sorry everyone for being late, but I'm here, so it's all good.
Ah, that's great. So we're in
So
the
what's
qualifying session now. We've got 8 minutes left in this qualifying session for the first race.
all right. I'm just getting on now, so it shouldn't be long.
As usual, McGregor's leading, Simic second and Kosowski third. The gap between the top three is within a second, so it looks like they're pretty close again. Maybe for a good fight, but as always, Greg is going to be hard to beat.
Now, isn't he always? I mean, Ross McGregor, he's been pretty dominant, so it's sounding like he's pretty much continuing that here this round. But I mean, it's kind of expected, really, isn't it, at this point?
You see Gostowski now going a bit deep into that hairpin there. That will compromise his exit of the corner into this whole straight. Not the best way to get in there. He's holding a better tighter line through that one. He's got a good exit. Of course, in front of him is McGregor. Oh no. He missed the chicane there. Oversteer into the first corner entry, and there's no way he was going to make the whole chicane through that after that mistake he did on the entry there. We'll see this lap go lost from Kostowski. He'll have to try again next time around. Of course, he'll be pushing now because he's got a gap of around 6 tenths behind him, and if he wins 5 tenths more, he'll challenge Simic for that second place. And there we see a new best time by McGregor, 1:42.6. Really pushing it now. He's almost 7 tenths clear of Simic in second place. Amazing stuff there.
Yeah, it does sound like he's just continuing that dominance he's had all season long. So it's not exactly something that we're not used to, but hopefully he can get a bit closer, because it's always good fun when they're battling for the lead. I shall endeavour to be on soon, just waiting for my R factor to actually be nice. She'll be on soon.
Let's hope R Factor gets on sooner than you did.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it can be a pain sometimes. It's just being a bit of a pain right now. It's like it just doesn't want to open. It's really annoying. But it'll get there one day.
So we've got a good field again with 16 drivers now. The gap between all of them is around 6.5 seconds, with Anderson there at the back of the field with a 1:49.1. Looks like Paulo Bremer there in 4th is doing good as well. He's just ahead of Stick Bitstrip in 5th. He's around 0.04 of a second in front of him, so it can go either way there still. For the 4th position there, just off the podium. And there's Staniak is only about 1/10 off as well, so it's really closer for the 4th position actually. So Bremen now, they're winning the battle of the reserve drivers. I mean the additional signer drivers. He's in 4th and Otto Myers is in 8th position. He's got... So Mirvold has got a 1:45.1. That's not too bad either. He's about 2.5 seconds off the pole lap, which is nothing to be ashamed of in this kind of field, especially with McGregor and Simic up front.
Alright, just entering now, so I should be there. There we go, cool. Hope they don't wreck anybody's lap or anything as they enter the track. Should be fine though.
Seems like R Factor isn't being too nice today. It already crashed once on me.
It can be a bit difficult at times. As always, R Factor, it can sort of make things a bit hard. I want to play ball.
I'm watching Paulo Bramett there, and he might have. It wasn't good to see, but he's on the edge of cutting the track a couple of times already, so I'll have to watch that, or maybe receive a warning or even a penalty from the stewards after the race. You don't want that. It's better to just keep a fair distance to that white line instead of risking a penalty, I think.
Oh, I just remembered something I had. Whoops, I'll be back. Terribly sorry, I changed my thing, so I have to quickly change that back. My bad. Can't belong.
So we've got 1 minute 30 left in the session, and after that we'll have a warm-up. So we hope that Thomas will join for that. Should be possible, shouldn't it?
Yes, it'll be fine. I've just got to quickly adjust something because I use this install for a couple of series and I have to change files. So, and I forgot to change files, so just going to do that now.
Seems like it's settled down a bit now. Luke Bremer has got a better time now with a 1:44.4. He's got a bit of a gap now to stick Bridgestrip in 5th position. Looks like Simic is still out to try and get that pole position away from McGregor, but as I said before, I'll be looking for him to make a good start again, and then maybe jump him into the first corner. Of course, first corners, I should say, it's going to be right, left, and then right again, sort of a chicane. It's going to be interesting to see how they get through there with a whole field of cars, especially these cars that have the tendency to slide around a bit sometimes.
Right, now it should be good. Alright, we are good to go.
And the time of the qualifying session is over, so the guys on track now will have to finish their lap and we'll go to the warm-up session after that.
Indeed, yeah, and so I'll just run through the order now, I guess. And I haven't changed my name properly anyway, that's fine. So go through the grid now, or what we have here at the end of qualifying. So of course McGregor, once again, 46.2, so once again McGregor here dominating, as he has been pretty much all season long. You got 6/10 back to Simic, she's in second, then you got another about 5/10 back to Kostovski. Then it's Bremy in fourth, well, I think he's just finishing a lap, is he? And he goes no quicker, so 44.2 for him, which is fourth, so fantastic stuff for him, a big improvement from last round. Then Stig Bidstrup is fifth, then you've got Christian Stanjak is sixth, Yves Larosse is seventh, although is he finishing a lap? Let me have a look. No, okay, so he stays seventh. Then it's Morevold is in eighth, he's another one of the additional sign-ups. Then you've got Campbell, who's in ninth. Rams bottom 10th, Etty 11th, Rodriguez 12th, a lot further down than last round, Rodriguez, so still adjusting to the track clearly. Then Smith 13th, Anderson 14th, Snap 15th, and Shillito is 16th. And that is your field for this first race.
So what do you think about the qualifying session this time?
Well, just going from the results here, I mean, it seems to me like McGregor again is just sort of dominated once more, which is not, well, it's not really hugely surprising. So, yeah, it's sort of as usual, really. And then Kostovsky, where he usually is again, Simijic roughly where he usually is. I mean, really the only real main one for me is Bremy there in fourth. Quite impressive stuff from him to be there after last round.
I think
And
he's an
then,
additional
yeah,
sign-up, by the way.
yeah, and the only other thing is Rodriguez as well, just a bit further down again. But I mean, he's done this before. He sort of starts a bit further down and then he comes through the field as he gets used to the car.
What's interesting to me is the big difference between Yves Laroche this time and Joey Kostowski. We've seen them together all season long, and now the gap is over second in qualifying.
Indeed.
So it's either that Kostowski has really found some pace for this round, or Laroche is just a bit off.
Yeah, it could be both really. I mean, he may have found pace, and Yves might just be struggling, so it could be a bit of a mixture of the two, really.
We'll have to see. Maybe Laroche just didn't get a good lap in qualifying, and will show some real good race pace again.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, presumably I'm expecting McGregor to do pretty much what he's been doing all season long, but I mean, we'll see. You never know. He could get a challenge again. Simijic might do what he did last round a little bit, where he had a bit better race pace than quali pace. But we shall soon see.
I'm hoping Simijic will jump him off the start, and then he'll have to pass him, which is going to be hard on this track.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good battle, but I mean, what can you do, I guess, eh? Just, we'll have to just hope that, not much we can do control, but hopefully, because, it would be nice to see a really nice battle amongst those two at the front.
And if you don't have a good battle there, there will always be a battle somewhere in the field, as we've seen on every race. Great racing every time around.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I'm sure there'll be plenty of battles. And it's going to be an interesting one. It's a bit of a different track, of course. As you said, hard to pass. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to watch. Very tight and twisty as well is the other thing I was thinking. So a bit different to Hockenheim, which is a bit more open, a bit more flowing. This is a bit more tighter than around there, and obviously a shorter length as well.
So, we'll do the same as we did last week for the second race. What do you think will be the finishing order of the top three again?
I think it'll be Gregor. Obviously, I do think he'll do it. I think he'll get a decent enough start and he'll have a good, easy race, I think. I think McGregor, Simijic, and I'll say Kostovsky. I think as they qualified, they're in the top three. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's kind of the obvious choice this time. The gaps are a bit bigger than we saw last week. Of course, there isn't as much slipstream effect as there was last time on that very long back straight at Hockenheim.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, that speed difference won't really make a difference here, or as much of a difference. So.
But we'll have to see. It's a very challenging track, so any mistake will be punished right away, and maybe we can have a good race that way. If maybe some of the top guys make a mistake and they'll have to fight their way back through the field.
Yeah, indeed. That's very true. There might well be. I mean, it's definitely not an easy track, so that very well may happen. We'll keep an eye on that. There's about a minute and a half of warm-up left, and then we head to the race.
I see somewhere here in the race department chat thinks that Kostowski is going to beat Simijic in the race. That's interesting.
That is quite. Alright, well, I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Don't know. I just don't see that happening.
Simic has shown some great race pace, so it's gonna be hard for Kostowski to do that.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, midway between the races, we'll do the usual giveaway once again. So keep an eye out for that in the chat box. We'll be doing that again during the break. So just as per usual. Alright, so we had about 30 seconds left to warm up, then we head to the race. Not long now. Should be good to watch around here. Something a bit different, a bit tighter, and a bit more unforgiving in a way.
Should be interesting. We don't have those massive runoffs like we had last race at the Hockenheim Ring.
Yeah, indeed.
Might get them prepared for the walls next week at Bathurst.
Yeah, I think it's a good start. Not the elevation, of course, here that Bathurst has, but such is the way.
Yeah, the elevation is going to be a whole different factor again.
Yeah, indeed. That'll be something that they'll have to grapple with, the change in elevation there around. There's our favourite announcer man there, once again doing his usual scream at the top of his lungs. So, oops, I'm just trying to get my camera sorted. There we go. Righto, so, ready to go here for race 1. Race department round 5 here at the Leipzig test track. As you feel there, as you can see them lining up, just waiting on everyone to load in. There we go, Simčić finally loading in. Someone at the back, there we go, Ramsbottom just taking his time, but looks like everybody is in. Waiting for the lights to go off. So 3, 4 red lights, and we go here for race 1. Here at round 5, and look at that, yep, look at that, Ross has got an absolutely fantastic start. Look at that, he's just flown off down the inside.
He's gone already.
Simčić is held. But actually, look at that, look at Stig, he's in 3rd. Lovely stuff from Stig, from 5th to 3rd. Absolutely fantastic start from him.
And Simčić is having a look there, he's on the inside.
Ooh, look at this,
Looks
and
like
he's
he's
going
got
to get
it.
Wow, that was a brave move. He's just stuck it down the inside. Pretty much gone, I'll take that, thank you. Fabulous stuff there as he jumps Ross now, but Ross is going to have a look back around the outside. It's a bold move if he can make that stick. He's looking though, let's have a look. You make it. Oh,
looks
geez,
like
you
it.
might. Oh, not quite.
Bit too wide there.
Quite. Yeah, nearly had it though, very nearly. Going defensive again. He's on it. Oh, he's. Oh. Has he done it? I think he's done it. Or has he?
I don't know yet.
It's tight.
Oh, they make contact.
Yeah, bit of hip and shoulder there from both of them. But Simčić
He's on the inside now.
Yeah, McGregor's held it for the inside. For this corner, I think he's going to have it. And he does. There we go. So, very, very good battling in these opening stages. Simčić's not done yet, though. He's right behind him. But fantastic stuff from those two. Really good start. To come through the chicanes here, it's height section here. Tire bundles, I'm sure you guys have seen already, can be moved, which is kind of a good thing, because otherwise it'd be just mass carnage if someone hit into them. So, but I must say, I'm impressed with Stig, I must say. I mean, he's usually been a little bit off the pace, but he got that good start, and he's holding 3rd here from Kostowski, so quite nice to see.
It's looking very good so far.
And Bremy as well is 5th, and Myvold is in 6th, so he's actually jumped a few spots off the start. So some movers here a little further down the field, so good stuff to see. And Yevez, by the way, is still down in 8th, so he hasn't really been able to gain too much just yet off the line.
McGregor there with a big oversteer moment, and then the corner after that, Simčić ran right, so he's got his gap again.
Synchronized mistakes, hey? So Stig is having to go a bit defensive here from Kostowski. So he's holding for the moment, but for how long is the question. We'll find out in due time.
Kostowski's gonna have a look, I think.
Yeah, he's lining up, isn't he? He's looking for that move, but Stig just goes defensive there. He cuts him off so he can't do it. And it's interesting to see. Look at this though. It's seems to be the driver's really struggling to not use too much of the track, if you know what I mean. A lot of people using a lot of curbing on the inside and outside, so it seems like people are struggling a bit to really get their lines right here early on.
Yeah. And as we've seen, it's quite hard to pass on. We see McGregor did it, but he had to go around the outside for 3 corners in a row.
Yeah, we know, of course, McGregor is quite the talented driver, so yeah, as the top, he's just sort of keeping Simčić away at the moment. He's just gapped him slightly. It's a little bit of a gap back to Stig, who's still holding on at this point, so it's good stuff so far, but as I've already said, it's a very difficult track to pass at. So he may well have a chance here of holding on for some time, and he's not showing the worst pace, no. The man is, McGregor does a 43.8 there, fastest lap of the race. And it's a bit more of a gap back to Bremy there, who's in 5th, doing a good job here again, as we already said. He was an additional sign-up last round, struggled a bit there at Hockenheim, but he's showing good pace here, which is quite impressive considering how difficult this track is, really.
Looks like Kostowski is gonna have a look now though on the inside. He's done it, I think.
He has, yep. Well, look at that. There you go. So I think he maybe Stig there makes a mistake, or made a mistake at some point. And it's handed Kostowski the podium position here. He has a look down the inside in response, but just can't quite brake late enough. Looks like Kostowski should have that one in the bag. So unfortunately there, still on the podium, having a good result, but unfortunately it's not going to last, it would seem. He is still holding on though.
Kostowski going wide there, drifting around the whole corner. That made Pitstrup making a bit of time again.
Not able to make the move though, so he holds on to 3rd. Bremy is just behind, as I said, showing good pace. And Marvold looking very nice here, considering again he's an additional sign-up for this round, first round in the series, and he's sitting in 6th, so quite impressive, I must say.
Hopefully, unlike the guy we saw as an additional sign-up last week, he won't blow up his engine this race.
Yeah, hopefully not. I'll have to keep an eye on that. As I've just been keeping an eye on LaRosse in these opening stages, and he hasn't really moved forward. He's still in 8th. In fact, he's got Capel right up behind him, so he's not really seeming to be having a great time here. He seems to be struggling a bit in paces. McGregor does a 43.2 there, another new fastest lap of the race. 8/10 back to Simčić now. And Rodriguez is in 10th, by the way, so he has improved. But again, he's not really galloping through the field like I was half expecting him to. So, the people here are not really showing the pace we were expecting. And even Betty's down 13th, so he's not really where he was last round. So, some real struggles. By the way, Schillerto's retired. And, oh, speak of engine failures, that's what he's had. He's blew his engine, I think, on lap 1. So, Schillerto there, unfortunate. So, already 1 out.
That's no good. Yeah, I might have got some inside information there for the sloppy performance from Betty. I've heard some sources say that he was at the bar last night and stayed there too long.
Right, I see. Yeah, it was just pointed out by our cameraman extraordinaire that Simčić had a little moment there. He went a bit wide, and the hairpin, which has lost him a bit of time. It's probably lost him a good second back to McGregor now. So McGregor's just opened up a nice little chunk off Simčić.
And way behind the Rodriguez spun, and he's now down to 13th position, so that's no good for him.
Oh, geez, that's a real shame for Rodriguez. Although, Capel's slowing down there. So I wonder if maybe there's a bit of contact. Just Capel there slowed down to let him pass. So maybe some contact or something there that we didn't see.
Maybe he just stepped him around slightly. It doesn't look like any of them has any damage though.
Yeah, indeed. Actually, one who's just closing up at this point is Bremy. He's actually closing on Bidstrip right now for 4th. Again, quite impressive stuff here. He's looking a lot better than he was last round.
I must say I'm impressed by Mirvold there in 6th position. He's holding his own. He's close to 5th position Berman there, and he only qualified 8th.
Yeah, indeed, he's definitely been a very impressive additional sign-up. I mean, just come in and pretty much just straight on the ball. Hasn't really needed to adjust too much. He's looked pretty consistent so far. No real big mistakes. He's just looking very, very good. Like he's been in the series all year, pretty much. So it's this battle now for 4th. Which means has caught up to Bitstrip now. Looking down at the hairpin, can get it done. Bitstrip went defensive, held the line. Gonna do it again. Yep, Bitstrip takes that inside line. Remy should hopefully get a better exit though if he's got his line right, and looks like he has. Yeah, very nice extra because he's all over the back of him here. He might have looked down the inside. In the next corner here, the right hander. No, not really close enough. He's going to stick out at the moment. The Bitstrip. Oh no, he gets through alright. Alright, didn't look like he got through alright, but he gets through fine.
Now Mirvold there, lurking back, and if these two are fighting, of course he has got the opportunity to catch up to him.
Yeah, indeed, that's one thing to keep in mind. He's definitely keeping in range. As Bitstrip having to really fight hard, although he's had a good little run through there as McGregor does a 43.2. Another fastest lap, 2.1 seconds now, that gap of the lead. And that's about another 4 back to Kostovsky, and then I think another few back to Bitstrip.
It's not slowing down for anything.
No, isn't he? No, so continuing that sort of dominating form that he's shown pretty much all season long, really. I mean, he hasn't absolutely walked away with it, but he's just on this really pretty much most rounds. He's just got a nice gap early on and just slowly improved and over the race. So, same as per usual for us, really. Business as always. Probably closest battle, though, is still that 4th place. For me, again, he's close once more here at the hairpins, but Bitstrip's taking really nice defensive lines. Just making it really hard for Remy to do anything. Very sorry about that, guys. Just had a bit of a lag out on my end, but
I had the same issue, so I hope it wasn't the same for the drivers there.
ooh, okay. Ooh, that may have been server side then. Oh. Yeah, just had a big lag moment there. Everyone just disappeared. So hopefully that wasn't the server.
Doesn't look like it was an issue for the drivers though, so that's good.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't seen anyone go off or anything. Although Capel and Rodriguez have got further down, so I don't know what's going on there, but they're down to 13th, 14th now, or 14th, 15th. Sorry. Not sure what's happened there, but anyway. Yeah, McGregor is still leading. Good gap to Simoncic once more. He's got a good little gap to Kostovsky, and it's another good little gap back to Bitstrip, who's holding from Premier at the moment still. And another good gap back to Mycroft. Mycroft, wow, Mycroft. I'm just thinking of Sherlock Holmes right now. Myfold, sorry. Obviously Sherlock Holmes for me is on the mind, but anyway.
It's still early in the morning for you. You will be excused.
Yes, well, I pretty much did just get straight up to this, so I'm expecting I'll have to have a few glasses of water. I think after this I'll be pretty parched, but anyway.
So, as we've seen, it's hard to pass with Bremer still. Oh, no.
Oh no. Yeah,
We
look
saw
what
it
it is.
coming.
Yep. Engine is gone once more for Remy. It's a real shame. He was looking very nice, looking on for top 5. And that engine is gone. Hopefully he can put it a bit more to the left. Yeah, he's out of the way nicely there, so real shame. He had such good pace there. And yeah, there he goes. So another engine failure here for him. Had the same at the first round, so hopefully he can learn from that for race 2 and try and avoid that next time.
Seems like almost every rookie has got to have this engine failure at least once.
Yeah, indeed. It's a real shame. I mean, they are, as we've already said many times, they're very fragile machines, these things. So you have to be very, very careful with them. As McGregor does a 43.1, so it just keeps pumping fastest lap after fastest lap. Well, Semitic is 2.4, so he's keeping hold. He's not absolutely falling by the wayside, he just isn't quite as fast. But again, I do think he's showing a bit of race pace here than quali pace once again.
His times are faster again than his qualifying times, as we've seen before, but it's not enough for this round. McGregor's flying.
Yeah, indeed. As second, what was that? We have, yeah, Battle for 6 is probably the closest ones. Laros and Stanjak. They've been pretty close all race. Laros just moving up thanks to Bremi's retirement. He's been all over Stanjak, but he's especially close here. Looking to the inside. Puts it down the inside, brakes late enough. Oh, Stanjak loses under braking, a bit of contact there, but Laros manages to get through. Stanjak gets back at him, wow.
From the outside with a good exit.
A bit of contact, there's a bit of biff and barge there. But they manage. Will Laros try and hold it around the outside? Paul McGregor, no, he's going to try the cut back. Oh, manages a bit, manages, but not quite good enough. This gives Stanjak the inside line.
I don't know about that cut back though, so it will give him the outside of the next corner.
And yeah, can't quite do it, so Stanjak holds again. So, again, great defensive driving there from Stanjak.
I think he'll have to wait again, just hairpins next lap to have a chance at passing him. As you've seen, it's hard to pass in this track, and I think the best chance here is into those hairpins of turn 6 and 7.
Yeah, indeed, as McGregor now does the 42.8, improving again, but interesting to note, Simchich still 2.4, so he pretty much matched him that lap, so that's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, Simchich are 142.8. That's a lot faster than his qualifying time was.
Yeah, the last couple of laps from him have been very good, so he seems to be improving. We've had another DNF, by the way. Rodriguez is out. It just says DNF, so clearly had a crash somewhere along the lines. That's a real shame for him. Leaves us with 13 now, drivers left. So we're pretty much at the halfway mark.
Seems like LaRose is a bit too far off now to try this time into the hairpin.
Yeah, indeed, he's just gapped him a bit there, Stanjak, who's having a good race here, quite nice for him. Usually probably in around the sort of bottom end of the 10, but he's up in 6 at the moment, so having a good round here, Stanjak, good pace.
Stanjak last week, I think in the first race, finished 7th, if I remember correctly.
So this is looking like possibly a season best for him, if he can hold on to it, but he's got a very, very keen Laros all over the back of him, so it's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
Laros, as we've seen, very good in trying to get positions and defend them, especially.
Yeah, indeed. Very true that. Let's keep an eye on this lap here from these two. I'm curious to see if they're going to go any quicker. It does look like Simmons just dropped off a bit. There's another 42.8 again, McGregor. So again, he's just popping out. Fastest lap after fastest lap. And yeah, Simicic at 3.2 seconds off. So he lost a good 0.8 on that lap. So a bit of a bad one there from Simicic.
Still, if you can keep that gap within like 5 seconds, you can keep the pressure on. If then McGregor makes a mistake while he's pushing like he is now, he can capitalize on that correctly.
Yeah, indeed. It's been up to 11th place, so he's still going up. But I think that battle for 6 is, well, it's actually opened up a bit at the moment. It was a battle for 9th, but they've all kind of split apart now, so can't really say that's a battle. So yeah, really it's that 6th place one's one of your closest ones. Just saw a lot of smoke there. Was that just a lock-up? Okay, it was just a lock-up from McGregor, right? It was an engine gone, but it was just lock-up.
If you see smoke anywhere on track, it's a good chance it is from Mirvold. He's drifting around the whole track all the time. It's amazing to see.
Gotta be entertaining, I guess.
If there would be style points awarded, it would for Mirvold for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's been very driftastic. If I could get that word. Here at the moment.
I think a lot has to do with his rally background. Going off there a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. He's only just ahead of Stanjak. They're not too far behind, so I have to keep an eye on that.
He was
Can
gaining a
drop.
bit earlier on Bitstrip, but he's lost like 6 seconds now, so.
Yeah, he's dropped off a bit. There's Simic there, 2.8 seconds, so he closes back up a bit. So that's kind of interesting to see. So that may not be over just yet. Still, that battle for 6th is going on strong.
McGregor there with a lap time 1 second slower than his previous lap time, so it might have made a mistake.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it seems like this is a logical answer. But holy cow, Simic is just 2.2 seconds apparently now, according to my sector time there. So it just closed in about 6/10 in the first sector alone. So pretty impressive stuff.
We might see a good ending to this race with about 5 laps to go now.
Simic may be getting in the rhythm a bit here. Really finding a good zone. Looking good, that's for sure.
And then there in third, Gostowski is a bit in a relative zone. Fourth is Bitstrip, he's about 6 seconds behind Gostowski. Then fifth is Mirvold, very good debut for him. He's about 6 seconds behind Bitstrip. Then there's that 5 for 6 with Stanjak and LaRose. They're still pretty close, but doesn't look like LaRose is close enough to really challenge him for that position yet. He's close again now though. Oh
Yeah,
no!
indeed.
LaRose there going
Oh.
off after the chicane.
Oh yeah, I just saw the end of that as he just went round. He's managed to flick it around. Doesn't look like he's got any damage. So gets away with that, but that's going to drop him way off the back now. So that pretty much hands 6 to Stanjak.
Didn't lose any positions though, but he completely lost contact with Stanjak.
Yeah, it's a real shame for him, but at least he's still in that 7th spot. But as I already said, a bit further off than we're used to, so a bit off the pace here it would seem. LaRose not really on the ball as he has been last round, so this is going to possibly have some interesting championship implications as well, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Further down, Betty just spun. Let's see. I just lost it breaking into the corner, going side by side with Capel. He tried to go in too deep and lost the car there, so no contact made.
Oh, interesting. Betty just putting something in the chat that was a bit strange. Not sure what he's saying there, but anyway.
Might have just touched some keys there.
Yeah, maybe. It's all pretty quiet though now. Everyone's kind of spread apart now that LaRose has had that moment. Everyone else is quite spread, so we're not really able to give you any battles. There's not really any happening at the moment, so... I mean, there's one for 12th though. Steph and Smith. Traveling at the back end of the field, it's probably the closest one really. About 3 seconds now, by the way, is the gap of the lead, so it's hanging around that 3-second margin, so Simic has shown little bits of pace there, but he's not quite able to link it together to really close it up here in these late stages.
Simic actually has been really consistent. It's McGregor having a bit of inconsistent laps.
Indeed. That's very true. So it's really quite a dominating performance once again from Ross. I mean, as we said, showing a little bit of touch of inconsistency, but in the end, it's overall been quite the impressive performance here once again.
Smith going wide there, out of the chicane.
Yeah, indeed. He's at the back there, still battling with Snip. Again, pretty much your only battle on the whole field at the moment. Everyone else is quite spread apart, so... Yeah, looking like Ross will continue his dominance here, which will put him in almost the perfect position really for the last round. I don't know if he'd actually have it secure at this round, the championship, but we can look that up, I guess. Get the points.
I don't think he will. He'll need 300 points over Kostowski, and he's got under 200 now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but still a very, very healthy margin.
There's Snape bent off, so there's no fight anymore for 12th position.
Ah. It's a real shame, but anyway. So we literally don't have any battles going on right now. Everyone's just running around in the world of their own, really, as that gap's about 3.7 seconds now. So Ross just opening up a bit in these late stages.
If there are no close battles, we might as well enjoy some drifting by Mirvold in 5th position.
Yeah, look at that. It's drifting around every corner, although it is seeming to let Stanjack get closer. Although I think he just stuffed up that last corner a little bit, but he's been closing in on Mirvold, so we have to keep an eye on that.
His tires might be a bit unhappy after all of the drifting is done.
He's got a very weird. Look at that. That is interesting.
Amazing.
That is really quite something different, isn't it? Yeah, I guess as you're right, it's that rallying background, isn't it? He just drifts it around every single corner. It's very, very strange. I guess if it works, it works. So, you know, it's got him in 5th, so credit to him.
He's not doing the fastest times. He's doing the most spectacular times.
Definitely, yeah. That's a bit different, that's for sure. Something else. That's saying the least. So in mind though, I guess, seeing as we've got this time of not much happening, I guess we should probably do my feigned, I'm going to call it my feigned on-board laps I always love doing. So, thinking with Ross McGregor at the front, we might as well go for a lap on board with him. So I should be on board with him right about now for the lead, and let you guys enjoy the sounds of these cars as they do a lap of this fantastic circuit here at Leipzig. There we are, there was a lap on board with Ross McGregor there as he just enters the final lap of the race now. And he's now got 6 seconds of Simichich, so he's just opened up big time. I suspect Simichich has made a mistake somewhere. Which is a real shame now, so that gap really has opened up. And Kostovski's 3rd, who closely followed by Bidstrup actually. Bidstrup's closed quite a lot on it, closed up on him quite a lot, but fortunately, although, Kostovski there a little bit wild through that first section, but manages to hold it. Yeah, Stig there he's done that, I've noticed. He's been very consistent all season long, hasn't he, really? Just links together laps constantly and doesn't really make too many mistakes.
It's very impressive what he's shown so far. Especially this race now, he's catching up to Kostowski.
Indeed, yeah.
But I think he'll be running out of time. It's the last lap now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too late, but again, he's just always very consistent, very clean, tidy. Not the fastest, but he's always consistent, so, you know, if you make mistakes, he always benefits, so. Quite impressive, I must say, this season to be able to keep that consistency pretty much throughout the whole time. As McGregor, they're just lapping Hans Snap there at the back. But he's just going through the last couple of little areas now, through the last couple of sections of the track. And again, another dominating performance really from Ross. He's just done what he's been doing all season long, really. I mean, not much else to say except for his business as usual.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but looks like from 9th position, Capel just overtook Anderson.
Indeed, I was keeping an eye on Ross as he crosses the line there. Wins here, race 1 here at Leipzig. So great stuff from him. Continues that consistency. We'll just go back to this battle for 9th. That is now 8th for these two.
It seems like LaRosse has a timing bug again. He's still driving, so it should be 9th.
Oh, okay, yep. Anderson looking to the inside down to the hairpin. And he gets it done by the looks of it. Although Cap will try for the switchback.
He's going to be on the outside now, though.
Yeah, he might make it work. He's got a good exit. So does Anderson. Side by side down the straight. Let's have a look. Oh, they will let it not make contact too, by the way. And actually, Anderson looks to have had it. So great stuff there from Anderson. So
that should have done it. There's no real overtaking opportunity after this anymore. He'll have to get really creative if he wants to go for that 8th position. Oh, when he does try to go up the inside, and that's not a good place to do it.
No, yeah, not particularly well-known spot. Very hard place to, especially in these cars, a lot of room, but it's actually for 9th. So Anderson will get 9th then from Capel and 10th. 11th should be Betty. 12th should be Smith, and 13th is Snap. So there we go. So there's your order. Well, there's your finishes. Sorry, for this this first race here at Leipzig. So Ross McGregor, very casual win for him in the end. Simic just dropped off to a lot at the end of the race. So since maybe a couple of mistakes crept in there at the end. So he still held on for 2nd place, and Kostovsky there in 3rd. Another good race for him. I only just finished at a bid strip there, so bid strip was really coming at him in those last few laps. So good road drive from him. Myvold, as we've already said, or Myvold, very good first race for him, being an additional sign-up. So great stuff for him to get 5th on his first appearance. Zanjak 6th, Laros 7th. So again, as we said, Laros not where he usually is, so quite a ways down there. Ramsbottom is 8th, Anderson 9th, Capel 10th, Betty 11th, Smith 12th, and Snip 13th with 3 retirements, that is Rodriguez, Remy, and Shillito.
So, a very predictable race, this one, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it went out exactly as we thought it would. I mean, the top 3 stayed station. You know, it wasn't really anything too outlandish. I mean, Myrovold did well to keep it going, didn't make any mistakes or anything, so well done to him, but yeah, no, it was not anything terribly out of the ordinary, really.
Yeah, McGregor dominating again. And that brings us nicely to the prize question for this week. So,
yeah, indeed.
The question for this week will be, what's the only race that McGregor didn't manage to win this season so far? He's only didn't win 1 race so far, and what race was that? So which round and which of the races, or the only race, was it? So
good question, huh?
You have to send the personal message to Yves LaRose on Race Department to have a chance on winning. There will be a random winner selected from all the good answers submitted to Yves LaRose on Race Department.
There we go, so get on that. Send your answers through that, and could get a free premium. So great stuff. As I assume, if our cameraman extraordinaire can get up the flyer for next round. Next one is of course at Bathurst, obviously, the legendary circuit, and that is the next round of the championship. March 8th, I believe it is. It's the usual time as always, 2000 GMT should be when the broadcast starts. Same time as always. Bathurst, that is a endurance race, just like Spa, so the second of the 2 endurance races throughout this season, so that should be very interesting to watch, and you know, that could be something else that could throw up some curveballs. I mean, you'll have some more accidents and battles and all that stuff. So should be a lot of fun. So that's the next weekend, in a week's time. Same time as always. So now you have a usual break between races now, about 10 minutes thereabouts it should be.
So it seems like it wasn't only us that had that lag problem, but some drivers are reporting that in race chat now as well.
Yeah, looks like it was a bit of a universal thing. No, I kind of thought it was me because where I am now, the internet can just have a little bit of a moment of lag every so often, but that wasn't usually long, so Thomas just left the game, so hopefully he'll return. Yeah, it's interesting. I noticed that. There's same thing with another league last week. Had wild lag problems during one of the races. So I fact it's just it's playing up a little bit. Does that though? Has a bit of a hissy fit every so often.
Looks like some more people are leaving the game, maybe to try to avoid the lag for the next race.
Yeah. Would look like. Would probably be what I assume they're doing. Maybe trying to restart the game, hoping that'll work. Yeah, a little bit of break now, as we usually do.
Qualifying should be starting soon, according to schedule again.
Yeah, it should be about 10 minutes at most, I'd say. Although if everyone takes a while to get back in the game, it may be longer, but hopefully not.
Of course, you never know exactly how long the first race will be, but it's scheduled to start within 1 minute in practice. I mean the qualifying session. But they might take a bit of a longer break as the race took a bit longer.
Yeah, with everyone leaving as well, everyone will have to return, so I suspect it'll be a little bit longer than that. Yeah, it's interesting stuff though. There's another one of these. God, everyone's leaving. Hopefully they'll return and we don't have another 25-minute break like we did at Sebring. That was not fun, but anyway. Hope we don't have that again.
Should be interesting to see though, if maybe Simichis can something about McGregor's dominance in the second race. He showed one good lap there in the first race, 1:42.8, which is really close to McGregor's fastest times as well.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of a sparkle of pace there, but don't know if he can hold it, but we'll find out.
It would be good for the stream, of course.
Indeed, yeah, it would be very entertaining to see. Just waiting on a few more to get back in, and then hopefully it won't be too long from qualifying. There should be just a couple more now to join.
Looks like Bremer is on the track again, so he'll be racing for the second race. Maybe try
Indeed.
not to get those engine problems and get that top 5 that he's obviously got the pace for, maybe even for top 3 if he's getting lucky.
Yeah, very true. Difficult cars to drive, that's for sure. Difficult ones to keep in check and make sure you don't blow engines and anything like that.
There is Lewis again in the server.
Indeed, he's re-entered, but we're still waiting on a few others. So hopefully they won't take too long.
Looks like we need 2 more if we get up to the 16-man field again we had in the first race.
Indeed. The cameraman there just pointing out at some like we're at the pub, you know, just one more of them. One more will do, we'll take one more. And on it goes. I think it is, who is it? Yeah, no, he's here. Okay, no, don't worry. I'm not sure who the two are actually, I can't pick who they are. Oh, there goes another one.
Let's see who are we still missing.
Oh, we're just missing Smith, he just left there. There he goes, Rams bottom, that was one on.
Still need 2 people.
Smith's one of them, Smith's just left for 4, so he's 1, and then there's one more that we've... Oh, it's Capel, right. Just waiting on Smith then to enter, and we should be good. Oh, and there goes the Rams bottom again. I do get this very, very real sense this is going to be another one of those 20-minute breaks.
Seems like R Factor isn't being really nice today. As we've seen, I've had the R Factor crash, you've had some problems, and then this leaving from the drivers a couple of times, we saw some lag in the race.
Yeah, indeed, it's not really playing ball, but you know, it does that, I guess. I mean, our effect can be a bit temperamental at times.
So while we have this break here, feel free to ask any questions in the race department chat we've got. We'll try to answer them as best as we can.
Indeed, ask away. Definitely might give something to sort of fill the time here as we wait for everyone to reconnect and get into the game again. Oh, although, I spoke too soon. Looks like the Ross is going to go to quali. He's saying quali time now. Yep. Okay, so I guess we're just going for it. So, all right. So
Let's
there's
see who's
missing
out
3
first.
guys. Or 2 guys. Sorry, 2. Is it 2? Yeah. It's missing Rams bottom, Jack and Smith. Yeah. Off we go.
And Simic's out first again. They're apparently trying to jump McGregor, but McGregor is not letting him have it.
Indeed, as Smith there just ran into the game, just waiting on Rams bottom. They've got the same field as we did last round. In last race, sorry. Alright, as they enter out now, time starts, 15 minutes of quali. Simcic is first out. You've got McGregor right behind him. And so, let's have a look how quali goes. See if maybe Simcic can close the gap. He showed pace that was pretty much equal to McGregor there at one point. If it's going in him, he just needs to link the lap together to be able to do it.
So the same two guys out in front again, like we saw the first practice qualifying, I mean, and the first race actually as well. Just in a different order.
Indeed. Simcic though is going to be leading us around. Hopefully he can show a bit more pace here, maybe a bit like his fastest lap was in race 1. Shall see. Oh, hello Ross, they're going a bit too wide, using a bit too much track.
It's only the out lap, no big problem.
No, yeah, just saying it. As they go through the chicanes, of course again those tyre bundles are movable, so they won't just come to a complete halt if they hit them, which is nice. So Simcic here is going to be the first to start a lap. Just about to come across the line to start that off, as I believe, yep, there's Ramsbottom just re-entered, so now all of our guys have rejoined. Simcic starting his lap here, see how he goes. Good start to the lap, pretty good there through that first sector, or first section, sorry. Ramsbottom there, I think, just complaining about connection losses, so our factor maybe being a bit annoying once again.
I have to say, after I've seen Simicic do some of his best times when he was chasing down McGregor, it might be a good plan for him to just try to follow McGregor's run in qualifying.
Indeed, as Myrevold there just disconnects, so I don't know if he maybe had a connection loss there or something like that, but he's just lost connection once more. So a few people having issues here with connections. The next race may not even be accidents or engines, it may just be how long the connections hold. So.
That wouldn't be good.
No, yeah, we don't want that seeing mass disconnects from the field. That would be a little bit bad. Just another lag for me. But Simcic is about to get the end of the lap. There's the tyre bundles again, have sprung off everywhere all across the tracks.
It's looking good so far. This might be a very good lap, this one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It looks to me like Ross has maybe closed it slightly, maybe, or I could be seeing things. Let's find out. Probably going to be a low 43, mid 43, so 43.5 there for Simcic, and yeah, Ross is a 43 flat, so.
Nicely spotted.
And Kostovsky there with a 44 flat. And it's Bremer who gets there into 4th. The Ross there goes to 5th now, 50.45.3. Still quite a ways off the pace though. Let's keep an eye on Simcic here. He's just gone slightly faster, although so Simcic, he's gone a 10th faster in Sector 1. Looking pretty good here. Keep an eye on him. I don't know if he made a little bit of hash brown and hairpin there, so he might lose a bit of time as Bidstrup goes 5th there on a 45 flat.
Yeah, Simčić there just a tenth off the lead, but that is still better than his time, so he could still improve here.
Lots of smoke though.
Mm-hmm. A lot of locking up, isn't it? Yeah, we see that a lot during this series, or we have seen a lot during this series. A lot of locking up.
Good
Probably, I
thing.
don't know. Yeah.
Good thing R-Factor 1 doesn't support flat spots yet, otherwise the force feedback would be going crazy for these guys.
Yeah, definitely agreed. This does look slightly better. It's only slightly by probably about 500ths there. Improves by as McGregor goes to 42s now, 42.8 for him. It continues to improve.
Going right now though.
Yeah,
But
Kostovsky there in third. Oh, hello. Are you getting this too?
I'm not getting any lag now, so I think the stream should be fine too.
Okay. No.
As we've seen in the first race, Simčić is able to do that 42.8 McGregor just put in, so he might still go for that best time, but I doubt he'll get it. He's been showing the best pace when he was trying to follow McGregor this championship, and now he's out of front just in front of him, so it's going to be hard for him to put that kind of lap in.
Indeed. Yeah, actually, just realized I think that connection issue was me. I think my end getting a bit of lag, but as I said, it'll probably happen. That's just how this internet here is. So, although it does seem like it's a lot of lagginess about it, although that might just be me. But weird seeing cars fall into the ground. It's a bit odd, but anyway. This trip, by the way, has improved to 5th.
44.4. And it's the same time as Staniak almost.
So sorry, I think my internet's being a bit spastastic right now. Ah.
Staniak there's up to third. Amazing times there from him.
Indeed, I don't know how my voice is coming through. My ping apparently on TeamSpeak is very, very high, so...
You still sound good, so no problems there.
Alright, cool. Just terribly sorry everyone about that. There's not much I can do. It's just the internet here is a bit dodgy at times. Bremer there, by the way, goes 5th on a 44.2.
Times seem to be a lot more competitive than they were for the first qualifying session. Especially Staniak has found lots of time. He's jumped up there to third position with a 33.6.
Yeah, no, indeed. A little smoke there from Bremer as he locks it up around the hairpin. As, oh yeah, Stanjak, but there you go. A bit of a surprise where Stanjak came from.
Their bits should jump into 4th position with a 43.9, so still more people getting into the 43, which is good to see.
I'm just interested if Stanjak there gets 3rd there with that time, unbelievable. So that's a bit higher than he usually is. People obviously getting used to the track a bit now.
Yeah, of course you can run lots of practice times, but once you've done it in a race, it's different. And you might see some other lines that competitors are doing and try to follow them. And most of the time, the time you spend in a race is more valuable than it is in practice. As you see now, for example, Staniak, he's jumped an incredible amount of space.
Well,
Kostovsky ruining it for him though. He's jumping up to third now with about 0.02 of a second in front of Staniak.
Indeed. So he now takes that 3rd spot there, nice work from Kostovsky. But looks like most have done a lap, although Marivold and Rodriguez are yet to do a lap. So I don't know what's going on there, but...
Bitstrap is just training his string a lap as well. He's only got 3 tenths to the 3rd position.
Yep, right, let's have a look. This is a 45 flats, improve, stays 5th.
Still 5 minutes left this qualifying session.
Indeed. Not long now.
So the top 3 is not changed since the first qualifying session. The only difference is that it's a lot closer there for the 3rd position now.
Indeed, Stanjak, of course, finding pace there out of nowhere, it would seem, going into the 43s, mid 43s even, so quite impressive stuff from him.
It's not only Stanjak that found some pace, but the gap between 3rd and 6th position is only about 4 tenths, so that should be giving us some good fights in the race.
Indeed. Yeah, as, actually, in a second. Ross at a decent middle sector, it would seem. He improves 44.4, so 7th for him, but I don't think that put him up any position, so he's still got a ways off.
He's in a bit of a league of his own there. He's 4 tenths off me in 6th, and he's 1.2 seconds off of Betty in 8th.
Yeah, indeed, just kind of his own little world there.
So he'll try to keep up to the guys in front if they're maybe battling a bit and holding each other up. He'll definitely try to make that to his advantage and maybe get some positions from there. Then try to defend it, as we've seen it's hard to overtake on this track.
Yeah, indeed. And 3 minutes left, not long left now in this quality session.
I'm still waiting for Mirville to set in a good lap. He's only done 1:47 so far.
Indeed.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. There's a 45.6 there up to 8th. As Simincic improves a 43.1, so he's only a few tenths off, but still not quite enough to get that pole. So we've got Ross here. He's 9 tenths off to the 2nd sector, but I don't know if he'll improve. We'll keep an eye on him here.
He's got 7 tenths better in his last sector compared to the pole position.
He might improve. Yeah, he improves 44.1, but again, still not enough to get up past Bremer.
So now it's only 5 tenths between 3rd position and 7th position.
Quite close, isn't it? As oh, by the way, Simic has gone faster in the 1st sector by 0.15 of a second. I mean, yeah, 0.15 of a second, so he may well challenge here to get past Ross if he can hold this together.
He's only 3 tenths off as well in his best time.
He's found some pace. Let's have a look here. 2nd sector, still up by 0.098, so he's still up here. It's the best chance he's had all session to actually beat Ross. Time to come out and do a lap in response.
Don't think he's got time for that.
Yeah, no, he's not going to have time to do an outlap, so it's pretty much all or nothing for Simcic now.
If he takes it now, he's got the pole position basically.
And I reckon he'll get close. Oh, not quite. There's a 43 flat. He lost a couple of tenths in that last sector.
He's got one more try.
Yeah, one more lap to go. Let's have a look. Does have Myrovold just ahead.
That will give him some smoke, that's for sure.
Oh, goes a bit wide there. It's going to cost him time. I don't think he'll be quicker here in this 1st sector. Yeah, 4 tenths off, so I don't think he's going to bring that back. So I think it's an aborted lap, unfortunately.
Bitstrip now finishing a lap. He did not improve.
Okay, well.
144.2. So not too bad, but still 3/10 off his PV.
And everyone's only on a lap, 72 but I mean, I don't think he's going to improve there. He's too far off. Aside from that, I don't think there's anyone else really on a lap. Aside from Bremer.
Official qualifying time's over as well. So I just finished the laps, and I don't think you'll see too many changes anymore.
Yeah, it looks like nobody's really close to improving. Although, who was that? I wanted to improve. I didn't know who that was. Might have been someone a little further down the field.
I think it was Betty getting up to 8th position.
So everyone doing a lap. The only one who didn't do a lap, by the way, was Rodriguez. So I don't know what happened there, but he didn't do a lap. So... there we are, it's the end of qualifying 2, the race 2. Russell McGregor once again on pole. It's only a couple of tenths though this time, so Simic able to bring the fight to him a little bit more this time round. Then you got Kostovsky and... Oops, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say the order real quick. Kostovsky's 3rd, and it's Stanjak 4th, as we said. Very impressive lap from him. So it'll be a bit unusual pace from him there, so that's good to see. And it's Bistrup in 5th, Bremy is 6th, Ross 7th, T8th, Maravold 9th, Ramsbottom 10th, Smith 11th, Capel 12th, Innocent 13th, Shilato 14th, and Snep 15th, with Rodriguez not setting a time.
Good field again. Everyone's within 5 seconds of the pole position time, so it's quite close for these cars at least. We've seen bigger gaps so far.
Actually, Bidstrip there just jumped to 3rd, so I wonder if that counted. I didn't think he was on a lap according to my timing, but he just jumped to 3rd.
That's a weird one.
So there you go. So Bidstrip there just goes to 3rd, so once again, they're showing some good pace once more. So there's a few people who are just finding pace here.
Should be interesting to see if he's got a good start again for this one. He might challenge the leaders.
Yeah, indeed, that's very true. So interesting stuff there. A lot of surprising pace they're not used to there throughout that session.
Let's see if Simic can do something about McGregor's lead again in the first lap. He's been good in those first laps we've seen. If it's not off start, he's got something, some serious speed on those cold tires at least.
Yeah, very true.
Just over 3 minutes left for the warm-up, and then the race will start.
Yeah, indeed.
Again, we're open for questions from the chat on race department to fill the time up a bit until the race starts.
Just trying to toss up whether I could nip off and get a coffee real quick before the race starts. Not sure if I could boil the jug in time. Yeah, no, it should be interesting. I'm expecting Simic to get that good start again. He challenged on the first lap, but see if he's got the pace to stick with him this time. Hopefully.
I hope so, and if not, it's gonna be real close for third position.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Ugh. Still kind of waking up a bit.
Good morning.
Love them time zones. Anyway.
Well, it's some serious dedication of you to show up at these times for this commentating on a league.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not too bad actually. This one, I've got ones that are worse, so yeah, it's damn tiring stuff. But anyway, sacrifices we make for sim racing.
Very good to see.
That's good fun. Yeah, no, it should be interesting. I'm interested to see if Stan Jack can actually stay where he is there, or if that was just kind of a one-lap wonder kind of thing. Over a minute left here, so we should go to the race soon.
Some people practicing the starts and split strip if that got started again.
Very good thing to start there. You want a good start here in this track, especially when track position is so important.
I'm excited for this one.
That should be good. Yeah, it's just so interesting to see Marivold's style. It really is quite something. Very, very unique.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's the fastest, but I doubt that someone will have more fun on track than he does.
Yeah, agreed. So about to go to the race. Well, just about finishing. Not sure if Rodriguez is actually going to start here. I'll have to keep an eye on that, but he hasn't done a lap at all since the end of the last race, so he may not even start here, but we'll keep an eye on that. Warm up now over, so we should be advancing to the race any moment now. There we go, there's our favourite announcer man.
He's doing this at whatever time zone it is.
He always does that job. It's always been his job and he continues to do it. So, here we go here. Race 2 at Leipzig here, round 5. We should see if Rodriguez actually does line up because he hasn't done a single lap at all. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he just line up for this one.
Doesn't look like it.
Look. Yeah, I don't see him joining. So, unfortunately, it looks like we're down one man for this one. Struggle 15 runners and riders as we have 4 red lights now. And we're away. Here at race 2. Let's have a look here. Has Ross got a good start again? He has once more. So that same good start. And actually, Bitstrip here might even challenge for second. He's through at the end of the corner, but he's on the outside. Geez, good job if you can hold that. Not quite, so there goes Simicic holds that.
There he goes again.
Yeah, same as last race, but he's got it done this time. Then Ross is going to come back.
Oh, there's contact.
Oh, and Ross goes off. He keeps it on. This is going to help Bitstrip. He just goes, thank you. He goes into second place. Very, very aggressive stuff. And look who's in 5th, by the way. LaRosse got a fantastic start. Oh, hello. He's going to go around the outside of Kostovsky here. Oh, Jesus, very...
We didn't see them together the first race, but here they are again.
This is interesting. This is really throwing a spanner in the works. We've got Simicic leading from Bitstrip, who's going to be a bit dizzying heights here. Hasn't really been this height of field, I think, all season long. So this is quite interesting to see. There's Ross there all over the back of him. Kostovski's desperately honest. The Ross trying to defend from Kostovski, sorry. Then Morovol behind is just looking all over the back of Stanjak.
Merville
Down the
make up 2
inside.
positions as well. Sorry.
No, just this battle here. Oh, geez, a side by side through there. This is very close. Don't know who's going to take it. Morovol's got the inside, but he's slightly further back. Jesus, this is risky stuff going through here side by side. Oh, and Stanjak holds just, so he holds 6th. There we go. Simic leads from Bidstrip. And then Ross is in 3rd, but you'd assume Ross is going to get past pretty soon. He's got the pace over him.
So Merville there with a good start again, jumping positions.
So once again, he seems to be that. Oh.
Seems
He's
like
got-
Rams got off there, the final corner.
Yeah, I was just about to say at the back, I see the smoke, a camera in there pointing it out. Just held up the guys too, so they've dropped back a bit now from 12th or 13th, I think it is, down. Next little moment. Oh, geez, Betty nearly, Shillito there. Oh, might as well give Betty a bit of a nudge at the backside.
Seems like Betty's got a bit of a hangover.
Yeah, looks like, but Bidstrip now under big pressure from McGregor, so's the 2 behind. Oh,
there he goes.
Mistake. Yeah, he's got a
Oh,
goal.
contact.
Jeez.
That looked like a bit of handcut to me.
Yeah, a bit of hip and shoulder there, just went bang bang. Double whammy. He's still holding it. Jeez, this is quite good defensive work. He's not going to go right on outside, is he? Oh, nope.
He's defending it.
No, thank you.
Maybe to the inside here.
Sorry,
He's
there's
gonna
a
have
lag
to be
moment
really
mine.
brave. He's gonna have to be really brave to do anything about that 3rd position before that hairpin again the next lap.
Indeed, that was a bit of an interesting moment to do it there. He'll probably have to wait till the hairpins again. He's got the better pace quite clearly, but just how hard this track is to get overtakes done really coming to the fore here. It's an interesting line there from Bidstrip's not exactly the most economical. There's Ross there, has got a good exit, but again, I mean, you really have to wait for the hairpin until you get a real good chance to pass, as Simic does a 44.1, it's not exactly a flying lap.
He's still the one thing now that McGregor made that mistake, because he's getting away quite easily. Even with that slightly worse lap, he's 2.5 seconds ahead of McGregor now.
Yeah, indeed, this battle with Bidstrip really helping him out. I do hope Bidstrip can hold here. That'd be really awesome for him if he get a podium here. It'd be fantastic. Got McGregor all over him, and if anyone's going to pass him, McGregor will. But there he goes on the inside again. He's holding it. Yeah, again, he's just putting his car in the right spot here, really. He's making it very, very hard for us to do anything.
Same goes for the battle for 4th position with LaRose and Kostowski.
Indeed. Actually battling quite hard there at the back end of the field with Shillito and Ramsbottom, but
Looks like Kostowski got past now though. He's got a better
Yeah, he
exit
has
than
a
he went
bad-
past.
so Kostovski now up to 4th. That demotes Laros to 5th. Just gonna put him into the hands of Mara. Oh. For some reason my camera went to the wrong person. That's not Morovol, that's Kostovski. Anyway. Camera doesn't realise this apparently. There we go.
Well, Mirvold is up to 6 now, so he's past Staniak. Staniak
that's
falling back a bit after that very good qualifying.
There's Betty's DNF'd, by the way, so he's out of the race. Our first retirement here.
He's going back to the bar.
What did it look like? Simjic the fastest lap, but it's only 44 flats. Once again, he's not really flying in these opening stages.
If he
He
wants,
actually didn't open that lap either. The gap stayed the same, so he's not really taking advantage of these two fighting, which is hopefully won't come back and bite him in the backside later on.
I was going to say,
still. Oh, sorry.
if he wants this win, he should get going now and try to build a gap between him and McGregor.
But unfortunately, as you can see, McGregor now is finally looking like he may get the move done. Just went down the inside there on the exit. He might. I reckon he's got it done finally. And, drifting it through the hip in there, beholds. So finally gets the move done. I don't know, I mean, we've seen this before. McGregor has closed in bigger gaps, so... But this is a very hard place to pass, so we'll have to see. And now they're all behind Bidstrup now, because obviously you'd assume she'll be able to make the move at some point. He's got better outright pace than Bidstrup. But at this track, I mean, track position is everything.
Don't think necessarily he's got better outright pace, because Bitstrip outqualified him for the second race.
That's true. True, yeah. I mean, race 1 he did show better pace in terms of consistency, but you never know. I mean, Bidstrup maybe has learned a bit here and has improved that pace, and he can always learn off McGregor here as he tries to hang off the back of him.
Don't forget, towards the end of that first race, Bitstrip got up and almost passed Kostowski again. It was only 0.2 of a second across the finish line in the last race.
That is true, yep, that is true. So hopefully he can show a bit more of that pace as Simincic does a 43.5. So that's a bit better pace there. And Bidstrup has definitely shown some good consistency in that at the end of that last race. So hopefully he can put a good fight here for the podium. As I said, it'd be really nice for him if he get a podium here. He'd be happy with that. And look at that, there we go, here we go. Kostowski's got a good exit. Bidstrup will probably go defensive. He is. Kostowski's still looking. Oh, Jesus, this is interesting. Oh, he breaks very late. Well done there from Bidstrup, breaking very late in the corner, so he can hold on to that.
That was some good defending there.
It's broke really late and managed to hold into the corner. It's quite nice. And Kostowski there not really close enough challenge, so he's going to have to hold back here. Oh, bit of contact though. Lucky he didn't go round. That was very, very dodgy.
Doesn't look like they have any damage though, so it's nothing too serious.
And it could have been a lot worse. It was just lucky it wasn't a spin there. It was Kostowski there drifting it through that corner.
There at the front, I want to point out that McGregor's slowly catching up again to Simincic, so I think it's going to be a fight again in a couple of laps, and it's going to be interesting to see if McGregor can make that pass in this track, because Simincic has shown some pace, but he started a bit slow in this race. Maybe if he started a bit faster doing those low 43s, he would have had a bigger gap and maybe could have lasted longer before McGregor catches up to him.
Ooh, look at that lap from McGregor, 42.7. So he even beats his qualifying lap. Fantastic lap there. And Simincic didn't improve, so he hasn't done better than a 43.5 there. So big difference in the pace. As Bidstrup's just keeping Kostowski at bay, he's just gapped him slightly.
He's doing nice lap times.
Yeah, Marivold is actually under the pressure from Stanjak here in 6th. But, he's got a little bit of a gap there. He's just gapped him down the straight slightly. Bidstrup though still holding on, and Kostowski. Laros is still there. He's hanging on, so it looks like he's got a bit better pace in this race here, Laros, than he did last race. Simincic though still leading, but as we've already said, McGregor is just coming up to him like a freight train right now. So don't expect that to last for too long, at least the gap. Yeah, Simincic here had a good start, but as we said, he just seemed to not really take advantage of that battle of Bidstrup and McGregor were having in that first few laps. He just kind of held station, and really used it to his advantage.
That might get costly for him.
Yeah, he does another high 43 there, so again, his pace doesn't seem to be as good here as McGregor's.
It doesn't seem to be as good as his first race pace either.
Indeed, as by the way, Kostovsky is all over the back of Bidstrip here. He may even challenge for the podium. Maybe a mistake from Bidstrip somewhere has just got him back onto him. Have a look here. He's got a decent enough exit, although he's probably not close enough. You need to be pretty much right up behind you, whoever you're in front of, to actually have a go at them down into here. Bidstrip going defensive again. Park on the apex, will he? Yep. Enough to make sure he can't go up and under.
Some good defending as we've seen before from Bidstrip.
Yeah, doing well as he goes again. Tells the inside. See if he maybe once again just sort of parks it to stop that. Yep, parks again, stops the cutback. And yeah, he's able to easily hold there. So good defensive driving from Bidstrip. He's showing some good stuff here. Simičić though is still holding. In fact, he's just held that gap. He's actually having a good lap here, it looks like. Actually holding that gap about just over a second. So good stuff here from Simičić.
It's gonna get interesting though.
Well, can he hold it for the whole race is the question. Oh, hello. Oh, McGregor. A rare mistake. He's just let Simičić off the hook. So that's cost him a good 3 or 4 seconds. That's just handed Simičić a great little advantage. He'll be happy with that. He also did a low 43 there. He did best lap of the race on that lap too. So from him, 3:10, about 4:10 slower than Ross's best. Still, good pace.
If he keeps that pace up, it should be enough to hand him the win.
It's keeping consistency. A rare mistake there from Ross. May have just handed Simičić a very nice gap. He's got to keep it, of course. Again, we know McGregor. He has before closed in these kind of gaps, so it's no other question. As that battle for third is still going, he's got another good exit, Kostovsky. He's close enough to have a look at Bidstrip before we go defensive. Or will he? Oh, he might not. Oh, here we go. This is Kostovsky's chance.
He's got it, looks like it.
Yeah, looks like he's made that move stick.
Bidstrip's got a better exit.
Big brake line enough though. We've broken at pretty much the same time. Bidstrip has got the inside line though.
I think he's got it.
Oh,
He doesn't
look at this.
close.
Got to be with the outside.
He doesn't close the outside enough. He's got a bit of a gap.
And yep, gets it back again. So good defensive driving there from Bidstrip. He's just holding on, but it's by the skin of his teeth, really. As who is that? Oh, Rodriguez now leaves the game. So yeah, he didn't start, and he won't hang around. So I don't know what happened there with Rodriguez, but fortunately, not able to start this one. Yeah, Simičić still leads. Handed that gap from McGregor thanks to that uncharacteristic mistake. Let's have a look at what lap he did there. He did a mid-43. So he's managing sort of mid to low 43s. Says, holy cow, McGregor just does a mid-42 casually, 42.5.
Wow.
Yeah, that's over. It's about 1.1 seconds faster than Simičić. So unbelievable pace from McGregor there.
If he keeps that pace going up, he's gonna be in back of Simičić in no time.
He might even get there by with that 5 or 6 to go. So again, this is a very, very hard track to us as Kostovsky's finding with Bidstrip here. Oh, hello, the cameraman just points out, where's Larosse gone? Oh, geez, down to 8th. Oh, he's behind Stanjak again, so obviously Larosse has made a mistake somewhere. He's going to drop way down the field.
Speaking about uncharacteristic mistakes there. That's not usual to see a mistake from Larosse.
No, indeed.
Again showing that this track is really technical and it's really hard to keep it on track, let alone pass on this track.
Yeah, indeed, especially as well because it's a track that not many run. It's not exactly one of the leagues run, so it's a pretty uncommon track. Bidstrip still holding on again. Kostovsky was trying, he just couldn't find a way through. Such as defensive driving so far of Bidstrip, he's done a fantastic job to hold it on, but only at halfway, another half to go, so it's got a while to defend. Simičić is still leading, by the way, but that gap is visually closing. Like visibly, you can see it's closing. And I'll just have a look again at what lap he's doing. I'm just keeping an eye on his lap times. He does a 43 flat, so he's the best lap of the race for him. But McGregor does a 42.7, so Not 3/10, but that's a lot better. He needs to just do that effectively. He needs to keep doing that every lap if he can, and he might have a chance of keeping it.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but McGregor made a mistake there going a bit wide to the 5th corner.
Ooh. So they'll lose him a slight bit of time again. So these little errors, a bit uncharacteristic of Ross, but these little errors are really helping Simoncic, who might be able to hold on. We'll have to see, though. A long way to go still. Bitstrip is still holding on to the 3rd there. Doing a fantastic job.
No.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt, but McGregor went wide there in the hairpin, the first hairpin. That shows he's really pushing now to catch up to Simoncic, and it might have cost him this time.
Yeah, no, he's lost a lot of time. I think it's 6 seconds now, so he's lost about 3 seconds there. So a big loss of time. So this surely, Simoncic, you've just got to hold it, really, doesn't he? He's just got to keep it on the straight and narrow, have decent pace, and he should be able to hold, but easier said than done around here. And then Marivold is still 5th. He's again showing very good stuff here for a late sign-up or an additional sign-up here in his first round. He's showing very impressive stuff, especially with how driftastic he is.
Then look at the championship. It can get close for second in the championship as if Simoncic holds on for this lead and Gostowski can't pass Bitstrip for 3rd. The gap before the first race was about 147 points, and the maximum amount of points you can get in one race is 150, so that's 150 times 2 is 300 per race weekend. So
indeed.
We saw Simoncic getting 2nd and Gostowski 3rd in the first race, so that's a bit of points. And then this race, there's a couple of guys between them, and then we've got next race, that endurance race, which will be double points, of course. And it will be really close for that 2nd place in the championship. With Simoncic missing the first round, really damaging him there.
Yeah, no, true that, as McGregor keeping that gap the same, but yeah, no, it's definitely going to be interesting as Bitstrip still defending, by the way, this entire time from Gostowski. I did notice when I was looking through the field, Laros looks like he's made another mistake. He's dropped down to 10th now, so he just keeps dropping.
We see him struggling today.
Yeah, he doesn't seem comfortable, does he? Like, I'm not sure if he hasn't had time to have a lot of practice or the track just doesn't suit him, but yeah, he's really struggling this round. He's going to drop a long way. Well, not a long way, but he might drop a few spots in the championship potentially. As I said, Marivold, very impressive. Bremer's right behind him, so again, these two. Bremer only last round, his first round, and Marivold this round, his first round. Very, very impressive.
So we've got just under 6 steps to go now. I mean, just over 5 laps now. Simoncic going over the line.
Just interesting also note that
1:44.2 though. That's not the pace he'll want to do, but of course, after Ross making that mistake, he can afford to lose a bit, but he might just try to keep that gap a little bit bigger and try to keep in his 1:43s.
McGregor did a 43.5 there, so even his pace is a bit off as well, but Capel, by the way, is in 7th, so a pretty good performance for him. I'm pretty sure that'd be a season best for him if he could stay there.
He's got starting up rear bumper though.
Gap now 6 seconds between the leaders, so he's closed 8/10. But again, that's not going to be enough at this rate. Keep an eye on it. Again, he's got to catch him, and then passing's an entirely different story.
Stanjak going from 8th to 6th there. It was Mirvold off the track in the 5th to 6th corner, and then he overtook Capel, who went a bit wide as well. So he's
there you go.
He's taking advantage of other people making mistakes again.
Yeah, in the right place, right time. So that's good stuff from him. Again, he's shown that good pace in qualifying, and he's not doing too bad here. He's not far off Bremy, so if Bremer makes a mistake or just there's some kind of little error or something, then he can really benefit and maybe even get top 5 here. So keep an eye on that. As Simoncic still leading here. We'll just keep an eye on the lap times here just to see what sort of pace he's doing. Does a 43.7, so not terrible, but not amazing. So look at what McGregor does. 2.7, so a full second faster that lap.
He'll need a bit more though. He'll need about 1.3 seconds per lap to even
So
catch
really, as
up.
long as Simic I was just going to say, as long as Simic keeps on the straight and narrow, does the sort of 43s consistently, he should have in the bag, really, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Then for third place is close, so with Kostowski still going after Bitstrap, who's defending great always, but he's going wide now.
Oh,
He went wide.
here we go. Yeah, I think this may be the moment. It's a real shame because he's held on all race long. He's been great defending. But hello.
Big dive from there, but he makes it stick, it looks like.
Oh, he's
No,
gone
he doesn't.
wide. Yeah, he nearly did. Very nearly got it right. Although he's not too far back. He might still challenge here.
He's got a good exit again.
Jeez, he's just slingshot that off the corner.
Got a good exit.
A bit earlier though than Kostovski.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Kostovski will have that. It's a shame. He held on so well.
They both didn't really have a good exit there in that corner, so that shouldn't be a difference between them. Yeah, as you said, Bitstrap held it so well for so long. He's been behind them almost for 10 laps now. And Kostowski has shown the better pace, and he's kept him behind him for like 10 laps. It's pretty amazing stuff there. Just couldn't do it for the last 4 laps.
Yeah, real shame that to finally come to an end, but still great defending from him. Very, very good stuff. Very impressive. So it's still in fourth. So once again, it'll be yet another very consistent performance from him if he can just hold it on track. So again, just showing that consistency, which is what probably his greatest strength all season. As Simmons just did a mid 43 and McGregor did a 42.6. So once again, he's closing in McGregor, but again, it's just not enough at this rate to do it. He might maybe get someone else actually challenged for position at this rate. As yeah, Kostovski is just holding back Bitstrip now, so he should have the pace to just start gapping him slowly. There's quite a gap back to Bremer, who's in 6th again. Very good performance. 5th. Very good performance from him. Hopefully, he can keep the engine in check. He has so far. I've probably just put the commentator's curse on him, but anyway. Yeah, it was just cameraman extraordinaire pointing out there that Kappel was under big pressure from Myhrvold here for 7th. And he's gone wide. Myhrvold's up the inside. Yep. Oh, hello. Look at this exit from Kappel, though.
The drifting isn't helping him on the exit.
Yeah, it's interesting to see with that corner. There's a lot of times where drivers have kind of slingshotted off the corner. They've gone wide and still got a really good exit to come back. Quite interesting to see as, yep, Kappel gets it back. He'd be having quite a show, wouldn't he, with Myhrvold drifting all around him.
Yeah, it's hurting his exit a bit, it looks like.
There's geez, look at that pace from McGregor. 42.4. Unbelievable pace.
The Capel made a mistake, and now Myhrvold having to go off track to avoid him. Went side by side for a bit, but he's behind him again.
Okay, also keep in mind, Larossa's just behind them. He's trying to recover after his instance.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Capel there, touching the barrels there on the inside of the corners, and Myhrvold getting past, showing us some smoke right away, drifting through the whole corner.
Yeah, indeed. It's just so interesting, so weird seeing someone meaningfully just drifting it everywhere. But again, I guess you're right. I guess that rallying background really coming to the fore. Quite unbelievable. But I mean, yeah, if it's a style that works for him, then credit to him, I must say. Unbelievable. It is literally like he's rallying. He like backs into the corner, drifts it all around. It's unbelievable.
You don't have to look at his name to know he's from Scandinavia.
Yeah, true that, eh? It's in the driving. Got that rallying style, that rallying natural style there. But Simic still leads. He's about to come over for 1 to go. He should have enough to hold. Weirdest thing that's happening. He's just got to keep it on the straight and narrow, really.
2.3 seconds.
And they do have a lap traffic car as well, Shillito just in front, so he could maybe play a part, keep an eye on it.
McGregor's done some amazing lap times though. He just put in a 1:42.4 last lap. Let's see what he does now. 1:42.7. He's done 4 1:42s in a row.
An unbelievable pace, really just absolutely flying. Shillito there actually got out of the way quite nicely, so good on Shillito to not get involved in that fight.
I'm afraid though if he can't catch up for these hairpins, he hasn't got a chance to pass.
So this could be, finally, the moment where McGregor's streak of wins may come to an end, but still like to go. He's still got to get it round Simic. It's all he's got to do. Just keep on the straight and narrow. He should be fine because he's pretty much past the last overtaking opportunities. There's no real place for McGregor to have a go, so
yeah,
McGregor's keep it on the straight and narrow.
McGregor's managed to win every event so far except for one, which I'm not gonna tell because that's the prize question for today. But it looks like this will be the second one he won't be able to win, and this time it's mostly his fault. The first time we saw it, someone crashed him out, and it was very unfortunate for him that he had to start from the back, but it didn't look like someone else was at fault for this time.
Yeah, it looks like it was just, this case was just his own little mistakes that in the end just cost him. And he just couldn't make up the time again, so a bit of uncharacteristic driving from McGregor, a bit inconsistent at times here at this race, so a bit unusual. And Simic has really benefited here. He's just got to negotiate the last corners here. And yep, looks like we're going to have a new winner here. Finally breaks the Ross dominance in the last few rounds. Simic wins here, race 2 at Leipzig. Fantastic stuff for him. Very, very happy man. Great drive from him. Really benefited from Ross's mistakes. He takes the win here. Yeah, very, very good stuff. Good to see a different win there to break the Ross dominance of the last couple of rounds. So he wins, and it's going to be McGregor's who got second there. Great stuff from him though. Still, keeps his championship going very well.
Kostowski third.
Yep, and then Bidstrip gets fourth again. It's a shame he couldn't hold, but still, fourth again. Very good stuff from him, and more points to the championship. Just continues his consistency he's had all season long. Bremer holds on this time, so gets fifth. Great stuff from him. Really good stuff. Top 5. Then Stanchik will be 6th, so again, a very good drive from him. Good points. Marivol gets 7th, so again, another good drive from him, being an additional sign up this round. Capel 8th, and it's the Ross 9th, trying to recover from his mistakes throughout that race, or what incidents. Then Anderson should be 10th, followed by Ramsbottom, and then Smith should be 12th, and then it's Snep and Shillito round out your finishes, with Betty retiring and Rodriguez not starting.
So that's been another round here in the historic Porsche Cup.
Indeed, yeah, it's been one filled with drama there. That race 2 is quite interesting, of course. We had some people showing pace they wouldn't usually show, and a few uncharacteristic mistakes from Ross, which gives Simic the win.
The track taking it stall there, the first time I've seen that this season. So it's going to be interesting to see next race, because of course those walls at Bathurst are really close, and we've got those elevation changes. And with these cars, it's going to be hard to keep them on track for a full hour.
I think next round it will just be about who'll survive more than anything else. So that should definitely be interesting to see.
It's going to be interesting to see. Maybe not for the first position in the championship, because that's almost locked down now. So it's probably McGregor is going to take the win in the championship, but it's going to be really close on who's going to take that second place. It's going to be close between Kostowski and Simic there. Simic is showing the better pace through the ones he has shown up in, but again, Kostowski being really consistent, and that might help in the last race at Bathurst.
Indeed. Yeah, pretty much agree. It'll be interesting to see how they all go at the second of the Enduros and the last round of the championship. So we'll be rounding it up next week at Bathurst. Usual time, 2000 GMT should be when the broadcast starts. And same time as always on the Sunday night at Bathurst. Should be an absolute cracker of a race. Definitely going to be very interesting. It's going to throw up a lot of curveballs, I sense.
I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, McGregor should have it in the bag. He's dominated most of the championship. He's got a good gap to second, so he should have it. He's just got to sort of, have a decent result. But again, it is Bathurst. It definitely throws up a lot of curveballs, and honestly, I'm expecting the retirements to be quite large just because of the nature of the track. But we'll have to see. But I guess that is probably about it, really. We've had our closing thoughts about the season so far and the last round ahead. So that's really been about it from us. Thanks for joining us, as always. Great fun, as always. Some fantastic battles that round, and just generally a really good round to watch. So it's been us for this round of round 5 of the Historic Porsche Cup. We'll see you next week for the final round of the championship at Bathurst. We hope to see you guys there. Hope you enjoyed this round. I'm Thomas Hinss with Yuri Kastov joining me again, as always. And we will see you guys next round. Bye for now.
See ya.